Let's start over. So, if you don't know this lady next to me, her name is Jack in the Books. That's her screen name, but her name is Jackie. And Jackie and I became mutuals here on TikTok probably around the same time. I think so. About the same time. And I've been following her probably forever. For the last couple of years. And Jack in the Books, I just want to welcome you to the Booked and Busy podcast. I'm so excited for you to be on because I love your recommendations.
Thank you.
I do. So, question. Do you describe yourself as a content creator or a reader or both?
A reader, because it's just my love for books that I just wanted to see other things. So I'm a reader, and I decided to do content when I had to go on leave from work a couple years ago because I was having surgery. So I was going to be out, and I needed something to entertain myself while I was out almost 2 months. And so I was like, why not share my love for books with others? Because I'm reading, I don't have nobody to talk to about it. So why not just share it with others?
What got you into reading?
I've been reading since I was small. I remember being those little pizza contests that they gave us back in the day when we were small. You read a book. Oh, I met my goal because you ain't got to tell me nothing. I'm reading these books. And I remember reading above my age group because my mom was a reader as well. So I would pick up my mom's books and read those. I was reading Danielle Steele at 7, 8 years old because I just had a love for reading.
What's your mama say? What's your mama say?
She get long as she ain't had to whoop my butt, she was fine because I was bad. So if I had a book, she left me alone. She knew I wasn't in no mess.
So I started out reading again, as a lot of you may know. What made me start reading was Are You There, God? It's Me, Judy Blume. I mean, it's me, God, it's Margaret. It's me, Margaret by Judy Blume. What was the book that said, okay, I like it over here?
As a teenager, where I grew up at, they had a program to where when you went to middle school to high school, they had a summer program we went to called Upward Bound, where you stayed on like a college campus. It gave you the feel of that, and that's what I did a summer. And I remember distinctly us girls passing around Eric Jerome Dickey's Friends to Lovers. That did it. So I dove into Eric Jerome Dickey. I was reading Cheaters, Liar's Game, Friends to Lovers, Milking My Coffee. That's what did it to me. And so I'm an 80s baby, grew up in the 90s. So I was going to the library, checking books out religiously, and I was never not reading. But Eric Jerome Dickey did it for me.
So let's talk about our love for reading, because sometimes I get accused of being antisocial.
Me too.
But why? Because to me, you're not entertaining. You're not. It's boring right now, or
Right.
I'm not interested in what's going on. So I rather, if I know I got my Kindle in my purse, I'm gonna pull it out.
Right.
What does your family say to you when you be like, I'd rather stay at home and read this book? Or are you one of the people like, I'm gonna go outside for a little while, but I'm done. When I'm done, I'm done. I'm coming home. I'm gonna read my book.
See, the good thing, I'm the baby of 4 girls on my mom's side. So I have gotten 2 of my older sisters into reading. So now we talk about books. We get on Facebook, we all get on FaceTime and we talk about books. So I'm not looked at sideways. Now that man that got papers on me, he'll be like, you in that book, you need to be watching TV. Or he wants to watch TV. So I have to kind of find a balance on that. But it's no different from somebody sitting there playing video games or being watching TV series. It's no different. I'm just entertaining myself the way I prefer. So I don't feel like this antisocial. I work with the public 5 days out the week. I work in banking. So I am peopled out. Let me deal with some people on the pages because I deal with
Sorry, I was trying to turn my phone on mute. Sorry. Because I see somebody trying to call. I'm sorry. But okay, continue. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I deal with people 5 days out of the week, and I deal with some interesting people those 5 days out of the week while I'm at work. So that's my escape. Let me escape the way I want to escape, and reading is it. And I'm not hurting nobody, so you can do your thing. I'm do my thing.
Um, when people ask you what are your favorite pastimes, what do you put down?
Automatically reading first thing first. I'm reading. I'm reading. I'm a reader. That's me. I got my Kindle. You see, the Kindle is in my purse at all times.
Do they realize that it's an essential? That it has to go when you
It
put
has
your
to.
purse together, you have to make room for a device, whether it be your phone, your Kindle, whether it be your iPad, whatever. Are
Mm-hmm.
you one of those two people?
Yes, because people like wallet, keys, phone. I'm like wallet, keys, Kindle. That got to be in there. If it's not my Kindle, I have started collecting physicals again. It's a physical book. A book gonna be with me, and I got the Kindle app on my phone anyway, so I'm gonna read. Anyway, it go. I have to be because I'm not entertained by people most of the time. Like y'all sitting here talking, what y'all talk about, I don't want to hear. And in my head, I'm sitting there like I could be reading a book.
How do you class what genre do you enjoy most, and what genre is your least favorite?
I enjoy anything black. I don't care if it's paranormal. I don't care if it's street. I don't care if it's contemporary. I'm rooting for everything black.
Why? What is that? Is why that choice? Because I don't think people understand. Because I'm with you. I
Mm-hmm.
prefer to read. I don't really read on the other side unless it's a interracial relationship or
Mm-hmm.
multicultural relationship. I'm not. I prefer to read by a black author. So
Mm-hmm.
why that decision for you?
Because for the longest growing up, we had our black TV shows, but then they went away, and it was basically white centered shows. And I just like to read about people who look like me. I don't want them to be the stereotype, and it's okay if they're the stereotype, but when they sprinkle blackness in some shows, it's like it's the stereotypical black person. So I like to read about black love, whether or not it's struggle love, as some people say, or it's soft and fluffy. I just like to read books of people that look like me. I have now when I grew up, I was reading the Danielle Steele, the Babysitters Club, so it's hard to find books with people that look like me. And
Right.
so now that I have them, that's what I stick to. Because when you get on Amazon and you look at the top sellers or they send you out the editor's pick, it ain't we ain't on there. So I would rather give my flowers to people that look like me than to not, to spend my time reading in other genres.
Do you ever? You said a couple of things, and I'm going to circle back to them. But do you ever put yourself in place of the the main female character?
I do because I like that more authors are leaning towards writing about BBWs and not the BBWs that's got the Coke bottle figure. Like she got that fupa, she got that stomach, she got some extra stuff like I do. So I was like, man, I feel seen because hey, a flat stomach ain't never had me and I ain't never had it. So I like that books are centered around people that look like us. And as well on the men's side, you got them writing the teddy bears, and I love that because I want to be seen, and that's why I can't read the other books. I have, and I have enjoyed them, but I don't want to keep imagining a blonde haired, blue eyed person. I want somebody that looks like me, and I feel like this description could be me, you know, while I'm reading it.
I love it. Um, so you and I, well, no, we're gonna circle back to what you said. You said that. No, I'm gonna save that question. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. Okay. you and I have similar taste in books. And I find myself, and you, I don't know if you know this or not, but I go through your recommendations and I write them down. And then I'll be like, oh, oh, okay. And they wind up on my list.
I love that.
Do you feel like you're an influencer when it comes to books, or do you feel like I'm just giving you a recommendation, do what you want to do with it?
A little bit of both, because I've seen a few people like, I'm gonna check that out, and then they do come back and say, I read it and it was really really good. Or we're friends on Goodreads and they see they've read it and wrote a review, so that makes my little heart smile. Because if I give you a rec, whether or not I give it to it on person or online, and I see somebody read it and enjoy it, I love it. I'm like a proud mama sitting there like, girl, so have you got to this part right here? Okay. Because I gave my homegirl I work with Demon's Dream, and I told her, I said, it's a thickums. I said, you gonna read it? She said, yes. And every time she would tell me, she's like, girl, I can't believe I proud mom. I was like, girl, just, just wait. And I love that. You don't have to tell me what you think about it, but when I do get people to come back, or I see them have read it and I see their review and they loved it, I was like, I'm a proud mom. I gave somebody something that they may not have read or picked up, and now they love it.
How do you feel when you hear critics, especially on the other side, or people say that urban fiction, country fiction, uh, paranormal written by Black folks is not real reading?
It is, because if you take it and read it on the other side, oh, you in love with it, oh, you love it, it's this, it's that. But when you pick it up and it's written by a black person and the main character is black, then it's an issue. But you ain't had no problem when this girl was humping on the dragon in this other book. But now that it's written by a black author, you have a problem. And I see that on Goodreads. Like, for instance, Chanel Williams has a paranormal a fantasy series. In the ratings, when I look at it, it's like I could connect. Just call a spade a spade. You couldn't connect because she was black. But when we go over in the other realm and read, and we don't come back and say I couldn't connect because she was white, or I couldn't get into it. We don't say that, because we take what the entertainment is for what it is. But when, I hate to say it like this, but when white people jump in black spaces and they read black books, they're overly critical of that work, but they okay with it on the other side.
Let's explore that for a second. So, when is it the goal or your goal to, or better, is books by black authors only be inclusive to black readers, or should they be inclusive to everybody?
I feel like they should be inclusive to everybody, but don't hate read a book. Don't go into it knowing it is by a black author and you just in your mind you are sick. You ain't gonna like it because it's about a black author and it's about black people. Go into the book blind. Go in with an open mind. Because when you go in and you already have your mind set, like, I'm not gonna like it because it's following black people, or it's about black people, then you already just taking your joy out of the book anyway.
Do you feel like we the black readers um hate read on the other side?
No, no, I feel like we read it. Like, I was given a suggestion one day when I was getting my hair done, and she was like, and I was telling her what I read. She was like, "Well, try Den of Vipers." I can't remember the name of the author, and I read it. And it was a time. It was okay. It was not for me. I didn't hate read it. I went in knowing it was written by a white author. The characters were centered around white people. I didn't hate read it. I didn't have no bias going into the book. I read it. Some of the things had me clutching my pearls. When I finished it, I closed it and I said, "Let me go back to the side I know." But I didn't hate read it. I didn't go in with a bias or thinking I wouldn't go like it because it was not what I normally read. It's just the same thing when you switch from what somebody say you might as well try paranormal. You get stuck. You get in a reading slump when you're constantly reading romance, and it's the same thing. Same thing when they like switch genre. We'll try paranormal. Well, my first paranormal book, I didn't know what to expect, but I read it and I liked it. So you go in with an open mind, and it's just like when you sit down and watch a TV show. You go in with an open mind. If you don't like it, well, you don't like it. But don't go in biased because you automatically know this is what it's centered about.
I'm trying to ask this as politically correct as I can. Do you feel like we are biased because we only read books by us?
No. Mm-mm.
Because
It's
if that's the case, then white people are biased too
right.
because
I
they
can
only
see
read
it on
books
both
by.
sides. I
Yeah, I mean,
can.
because you're reading something that you can see yourself in if the character calls for that, or
Mm-hmm.
you're reading something that you identify with, and
Mm-hmm.
I wish that people would understand that when we read books about us, and it doesn't necessarily have to be street lit or urban or parent, it doesn't necessarily have to be a specific genre, but when you can see yourself or someone that you know
Mm-hmm.
represented in a fictional work, then you have a to me a better understanding.
Right.
And I wish that everybody understood that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, I'm at work, right? And so, everybody has teams. Most people now have teams.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got this little yellow thumb. But my thumb is brown because guess what? I'm brown.
Mine is too. Me too. That's the first thing I did. Let me see if I can change this to a darkie because I want it to look like me.
But I feel like we get villainized because we do that. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, because why does the default have to be yellow or light on the light spectrum?
Right.
Why is it default that? Why can't default to the darkest one? Now you got to go find the lightest one. Why does the default have to be the lightest one? Because I changed mine. I mean, I got a profile picture on my Teams at work, so you know automatically when you click my name, you're talking to a black girl.
Exactly.
So,
So if you see that I'm brown, why do I got this yellow thumb? Don't
mm-hmm,
be mad because my thumb is
mm-hmm,
brown. Because guess what? What color is that? It's brown.
black baby, proud of it. I choose black every lifetime.
I'm screaming. I'm screaming. All right. Who are your Mount Rushmore of authors? What four authors should be put on a mountain?
Eric Jerome Dickey, Brenda Jackson, yeah. What is her name? I can't
What
think
is your
of
name?
it. Um, I used to read it like those little Harlequin books that we used to get all the
Francis
time,
Ray,
and I remember the
Michelle
name
Alert, Brian
Rosie
Hill,
Rochelle Allers.
Michelle. Oh, she was one of my favorites.
Yes, I mean I just remember reading those little paperback Harlequin books. I got one in the mail from an author because I won a giveaway, and it brought me back because she had the little card in there. It was a Harlequin romance, but it had the little card where you can mail. Oh, it brought me back, and oh man, I don't know, not for fourth one for me, Mail Down,
Okay.
because when I was introduced, like she gives you so much in a book. You gonna learn something in a Mail Down book. You gonna laugh, but you gonna learn something too. And I love a book like that.
I love that. I love that list. I really do. Because I could be there. And I think a time will help. First of all, Mel Dow is a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time. She's not one of those people that At least for how I met when I met her. She's very personable. She's not really a gatekeeper,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not ashamed of her circumstances as far as her mental health.
Mm-hmm.
She advocates for this. She is a proud member of Zeta Phi Beta. So whatever she
Mm-hmm.
got going on is what she got going on. So yes, I love that list. I love Rochelle Allers because she kept my interest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I still have her books. I'm good I'm gonna scan them. I haven't scanned them yet. But when I start moving my hardbacks to my hallway and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put them on a top shelf. She was that girl. You know what I'm saying? She was that
Yes.
girl. Okay. Let's I have a question. What character represents you the most? That feels as most like you in any book that you've read.
My spirit animal is Jada from Dangerous Monroe's World, from the Consortia series. I feel like Jada is me because I'm the one. I'm gonna say it, and it is what it is. And I think about it later. It's like maybe I was a little mean, but it is what it is.
That you're so sweet.
I am the. I tell people all the time I'm the sweetest, meanest person you ever meet. I am
Okay.
sweet, baby. I give you the shirt off my back. I cry with you, hold hands with you. But if you ask me something, I may not think about it and try to find it before it comes out, and it just come out.
I'm hollering. What? Okay. How important are character names for you for your reading experience? And what I mean by that is, I know that when an author writes, they have to develop the character, but it's something about that name. How important is that for you?
I love a name that is interesting. I do, cause like going back to Mel Dow. Mel Dow will throw you a name out there. You like, now where did you come up with this from?
What does
I
Megan
don't
got to
need the
do with
book.
this?
Like Megatron, like you really named this boy
Yeah,
Mega.
Megatron.
Okay. But I don't want to keep picking up a book and it's Jaden and it's Kaylee and it's Carly. I like an interesting name. Make up a name. Don't keep just throwing me just like Mel down one of her videos. She's like, y'all gonna get this name and be tripping because she's like, I'm watching this show. So this is gonna be the person's name. And so I love that. Get interesting with it. Don't just keep throwing out a name just because you want it to be easy to pronounce. Like Latoya, Latoya will put you a pronunciation guide right there in front of your book. So, and if I can't say it, guess what? I'm gonna name you something else.
Okay. I don't mind a Jaden or whatever, but it's something about those names. Like, you know that when you're reading about Thug, you think of Miss Lady P, or if you're reading about
Mm-hmm.
Phantom, you're thinking about Latoya Nicole. Or when you're
Mm-hmm.
reading about Capadonna, that's Jaquel. Or when you read
Mm-hmm.
about Mega, it
Yes.
it's like, okay, if you go use that name,
Mm-hmm.
you better bring it, because
You
these
better bring
authors,
he. I'm telling they better cut up. So when somebody say they reading about Mega, I know you in Mail Dog universe. When you talking about the Bella Cartel, I know you in Latoya. Like I know where you are because when you say Brooklyn, that could be anywhere. That could be anybody's book. So when you give me a unique name and I see somebody talking about it, I know automatically what book you're talking about. Instead of you got Brooklyn, you got James, you got Carrie, baby, what book? I don't know. You know Carrie from, so I don't know. You got to give me more context so I can help you with this.
I think that when an author can write that character. Okay, so first of all, the character's name is out there. Who names their child Megatron?
Mm-hmm.
And then his ass is batshit ass crazy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? His
Mm-hmm.
logic is his logic. And
Yes.
when you can do that successfully, that's
Mm-hmm.
forever attached to that author's name. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I love that for that author because if anybody is talking about it, you'd be like, oh, that's Mel. Or if
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about family, you'd be like, oh, that's Toya. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I love that um you've written this character so strong that you know exactly what author it goes to. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's ask this question because I came up with it and it was like, yes. What song or movie or TV show describes your reading palette?
I said one more time.
What song, TV show, or movie describes your reading palette? Like, is there a particular song that you
Ooh.
know, okay, it's gotta be what song? I don't know. I just feel like anything the baby raps about, it describes my reading palette.
Okay, so I will have to go 90s. I can't particular song or a particular show or movie, but I will say 90s R&B. That's what my heart is. So 90s R&B, you got that yearning, you got that love, like he was big and he wanted his woman, he wanted her. That's me. I don't care if he in the street and he is out here slanging it, but when he come on to that woman, she knows she love that man love her down to her dirty draws. That's 90s R&B would describe my reading because I need that love story. I like suspense, but I give me a good love story, and I don't care how hard that man is, as long as I got a good love story. Like Toy said, I want him singing in the rain, like Genesis did in Arbor J's book. Like, sing to me, let beg for me, baby. Beg like he sweat be begging. I need it all when it
And
comes
see,
down to
mine
that
is
man needing
love.
that woman.
Okay, so when it's contemporary romance, it's Love Jones.
Oh, I love that movie.
Okay, if it's hood shit, I
Menace to the
want to
Mouth
say
is a
Empire
good
State
one
of
for real.
Mind by Jay-Z.
Yes.
If it's erotica, it's Freaky Tales by Too Short.
Whew. I love me a good erotica. Love me one of them.
I'm just
Yes.
saying. I'm just
Yes.
saying. Okay, let's see. I got questions all over the place. Um, and I want to give you this one question that I wrote. And what triggers you? And as far as in reading books that you will just never read.
So, I don't have one. Because when I'm just gonna be 40 this year. I turned 40 this year. So I was reading when there was no trigger warnings when you picked up a book. You didn't know what was gonna happen. You went in that book, you read the synopsis, you went in blind. So I've seen the beatings, the attacks, all of that, and it did because it added to the story. If it's done right and it adds to the story, I'm down. Do I want the graphic details? No, not necessarily. But if it's to move the story forward and it's part of the plot to show somebody's growth or so show why they're the reason that they are, I'm fine with it. It's not much that's gonna trigger me to make me put a book down because I'm not sensitive like that. It takes a lot to trigger me when it comes to reading because again, I was reading them hood books, the street lit and the urban fiction, and they had some stuff in there. They had some stuff, so you had to but it was for the plot. It moved the story along. Don't just throw it in there just to be throwing it in there. If it moves the story along, I'm fine with it. But if it gets too much, I know how to, skip a couple of pages because like Fairy Godmother said, I'm nosy. I need to see how the book going in.
I'm a nosy person too. Are you a DNFer?
Very seldom. Last year, I think I did enough one book. That's it. Because I want to see the story through. I need to know how it ends. But if it's just too much going on, that was why I didn't have that book last year. It was just, for one, the synopsis did not match what was going on in the book. And then when I got to reading it, I couldn't, my head was just like, it was turning around in a circle because I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to put it down. But when I did a book, if I did a book, I will give the author at least one more chance.
How
And
do
if I
you
can't make it through book 2, that's it.
how do you avoid reading slumps?
Because I read a little bit of everything. So right now I'm in street lit right now, and I'm arc reading a contemporary romance, but I'm also reading a street lit book, and it's just, you keep a rotation. I think reading slumps come when people stick to one particular genre. So if you stick with romance, then I can see you getting into a slump. But if you want to stick with romance, pick up a romantic suspense. It's gonna give you something else just where they meet, they fall in love, third act breakup, they get back together, epilogue. So if you switch it up, then you won't get in a slump. That's why I was scared to read Demon's Dream. I was so scared to read that book because I was like, it's gonna put me in a slump because you're gonna compare everything to it. But if you switch it up, so I knew after I read Demon's Dream, I needed to go to another genre that I like so that I wouldn't feel like I'm wasting my time reading.
Do you read every day?
Yes, that Kindle streak stays alive. I read every day.
Even if it's for 10 minutes every day.
Oh, I'm reading. I don't care if I don't read but 3 pages. Guess what? I read. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna read it. That's and I would, if you ask me, do I want to sit down and watch a movie or if I want to read, I want to read. Let me cuddle up with my blanket, Kindle stand, page turn in hand. I want to read.
I love that. Um, out of everything that you've read, who is your book boyfriend? Who's your book husband? Your book boyfriend? Uh, book boyfriend. Who you smashing? Who is your best friend? And who are you unaliving?
Best friend gonna always be Jada from Dangerous Monroe Consortium series because you got to have somebody that's down for a good time that's gonna don't mind getting arrested, but not getting convicted. um, book husband. Yeesh. Demon gotta be Demon because he was taking her through there. I need that in my life. Um, but boyfriend, man, this is hard. I can't think of his name. Yes, I do. Jasper from My Choice Is You by Mildow. The patience of that man in that book, because he had the patience of Job. Love that. I love that book down. I don't know. Who would I smash? Hmm. I can't think of his name, but old buddy from Darlene Cunningham's 12th Play.
I can't think of his name either, but yes.
Yes. I just need one time.
Yes.
Just one time. Let me see if I'm grown enough for all that.
A
Or
time we
Declan.
had.
Or Declan. I need to see if I'm grown enough to fool with Declan. Um,
Who you
who am
unaliving?
I unaliving? Hmm. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna do it from the current book I'm reading. It's Street Soldiers Die Legendary by Yola Money. It's a character in the book called Cedar. He is hiding a secret from his boys. He supposed to have their back, but he's hiding a secret. And I think he's gonna follow through what he wants. So I'm killing him. Because how you gonna unalive people that was how you gonna backstab people that's been there for you and help you build up yourself in the game just for family? And I get it, family can do you worse than anybody, but yeah, definitely him.
Okay. Never before asked question. What's in your Kindle? Who's in your Kindle right now that you anticipate on reading? Because my 20 slots is full. So who's in your Kindle?
Um, everybody. Bray and it has taken me down there. So everybody, and I found a lot of authors, and they are my automatic. But one that I'm excited to get back into her catalog is in the Sun because her books are so messy. Oh, they messy. But I'm here for all the mess.
I
And so
love
I'm excited to get more into her catalog.
I love that. Which do you prefer? Physical, ebook, or audio?
Ebook.
Okay. Um, do you have a favorite trope? And if so, what is it?
It's gonna always be romance, but heavy on the black romance, with at least the female main character being black. I have to have a black FMC. I cannot do the reverse interracial. But I have to say romance. Romance is where my heart is, but I read across them all.
Okay. Um, do you have a favorite book?
It's gonna be Demon's Dream. Like that's just one of them ones, and it's just you read it and you live it, and it's thick. I love a book that, especially when it's a thick one, and you get to the end of it, and you like, what rest of it? And
Mm-hmm.
so that's gonna always be. Anybody asks me to recommend a book, Demon Stream is top tier. Then I'm gonna recommend Mel Dow next.
Do you have a favorite character? Because I just found out my favorite character and my favorite book are two different books.
Same. So again, Jada from
My favorite.
Dangerous Monroe. That's my favorite. That girl cut up so bad, and then of course Omega, he is hands down my favorite. And Genesis from Aubrey's universe. Genesis cut up so bad. Crude is
He's
a
still
fool.
cutting up.
Still,
Still
I
cutting up.
love that. I make me laugh. I like any book that make me laugh. The characters is gonna stick with me. And so Crude, he was Chef Kiss. I like a book that has me laughing out loud. And all those characters had me laughing out loud when I read their books. So yeah, those are my favorite characters.
Uh, how do you select which books you're going to read?
Recommendation, because I see when you come across entirely and other people, and I was like, man, that book sounds good. It's an automatic download for me, and I'm gonna read it. But then I also have this Kindle stuff full of books that I've downloaded from Bray and other freebies. So I try to spread around my Kindle unlimited usage as well as books that are on there that I haven't read from authors. But yeah, some authors are just automatic downloads when they come out, and then I try to spread it around on what's already on my Kindle so I can read that instead of just being a book hog, because that's what I am on my Kindle right now.
Okay. What was your last, now, and what's your next book you're going to read?
I'm arc reading a book. I don't know when it's gonna come out, and it's called Zaddy's Girl by Monica Cox. So I'm reading that.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I don't know because I'm a mood reader. I don't know. I don't know. But last I read book two of Street Soldiers Die Legendary by Yola Money. So next I don't know. It's just gonna be I'm gonna scroll through that Kindle and click.
I heard that. Um, do you reread books?
I reread arcs because I want the author to get paid for me reading their book. I know you sent it to me because you wanted my opinion on it, but I also would like for you to get paid for reading, for me reading your book. So I will reread an arc.
I love that. I do. I love that. Um, what genre did you not think you would read but surprised you the most?
Paranormal. Paranormal. I mean all realms of paranormal, from the alien romance to the vampires, the shifters. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy that, but I absolutely love paranormal books. I even read a couple years ago I read the zombie romance, and I was like, for real, and I loved it. So paranormal kind of threw me out there. I didn't think I was gonna like it.
What do you love about the book community and what annoys you about the book community?
The community as a whole, because one thing about Black Book Talk in particular, we're gonna support our authors, we're gonna uplift our authors, and then we stand 10 toes down behind, because you ain't finna bash your girl. You're not finna bash nobody. But I also don't like how the strife comes about, and it may be because somebody said they didn't like a favorite author's books, or because just little petty stuff. And so that's the only downside, because it's okay if you don't like a book. It's a book that's really popular that I tried, and I think I got 35, 40 pages in, and I just didn't like them people, and I put it down. And every time I see somebody review it and they loved it, and I was like, I ain't like them people. But that's my opinion. I'm not finna get in your comments hollering, I didn't like them people, why you like that book.
But that's the thing. Your opinion is your opinion. Just
Mm-hmm.
because you like it doesn't mean my opinion has to change. One thing
Mm-hmm.
that I love about my book friends is that everybody doesn't read the same thing. Storm is in her
Mm-hmm.
paranormal and fantasy. Shannon likes dark erotica. Not that, and she does read paranormal, and but they don't like contemporary romance. I can do contemporary
Mm-hmm.
romance, and it's okay. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about a competition.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we feel like we're competing with each other, and what books we're reading is beyond me. Just
Right.
because I read 14 books and you read 40 does not make me any
Mm-hmm.
less of a reader. Uh-uh.
Right.
That's other than a reader. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. I read the books. I enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
it. I comprehended. I might read slower than
Right.
somebody. Does that
Mm-hmm.
bother you? Because it bothers the hell out of me when people do that.
It does, because why are you mad because somebody read three? I read 324 books, I think, last year. So why would you be mad? You must ain't reading. I'm reading. Just because you decide to spend your time doing watching, binge watching Netflix, binge watching TV shows. I like to read what I like to read. And it shouldn't matter that you read 100 and I read three. Just know we are reading. Because I mean, if you look at the statistics, literacy in America sucks. I know a way around it. So let me get my entertainment the way I want to, in the amount of books I read. I Reading is strictly what I do in my free time. Downtime I'm reading. So it shouldn't matter what you read, who you reading, as long as you're reading, because you, even though we're reading fiction, we're still learning some stuff. We learn and work, because there's some words in them books I don't be knowing. I'm like, let me hit this dictionary book and dictionary option, and I'm looking at it. So I'm still expanding my horizon. I'm still learning about stuff, even if it's just learning how I think I could be in the game back, at some point in my life. But I'm still learning.
I know that's right. Um, it was another question. Uh, what are the misconceptions about being an avid reader that you would like to dispel?
That we don't have a life, because I do. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. My oldest is special needs, so I have a life. I work. I come home. I still got a house to take care of. I got kids to take care of. I got school and doctor's appointments. I have a life. It's just where you choose to sit down and watch TV or play your video game. I'm choosing to read.
I like that. Uh, if you could describe the perfect bookstore, what would it look like for you?
Whew, perfect bookstore. Small. I don't want it to be big, just small and intimate, where you have a section where people can sit down, have a conversation. It's comfortable. It is supporting Black indie authors or even Black traditionally published authors, but heavy on supporting everybody that's Black. I mean, that's what I want. That is the, like, you got that soft 90s R&B music playing in the background, chill vibes, no drama. Just you go in and you know you're gonna find the book you're looking for.
I love that. I love that. Um, if you can induct three authors into the Author Hall of Fame, who would they be?
One is Be Love, because she is who I started when I got my Kindle and I started reading. I found her, then in turn found her authors, and she has an amazing roster of past and present authors. So Be Love. Um, mm, Gotta go back with Brenda Jackson. Gotta go in it because I mean they still writing, still doing it. And I remember reading Beverly Jenkins books. I need to get back into it, but also Beverly Jenkins, the ones that came before and set the tone for us to continue to still be in this genre, needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna wait to ask that question. Are you ever surprised by what authors write?
Yes, because I was telling my sister I read the Bella Cartel by Latoya Nicole not like last week sometime, and there was a scene in there with Medic and his woman. Yeah, I, I was like, I ain't grown enough for this. And
Have
then the
you
pain in
ever
the neck.
tried any of the things that go on in these books?
You know, nah, it's just like,
Get it together.
like,
I wonder if that works for real. Let me go try it.
yeah, like, yeah. I need, like, how she do that?
Wait a minute. Is she
Like,
gonna say, well, she is a mother?
yeah, we did a little 1-2 a couple times. We did do a little 1-2, at least twice.
I'm hollering. Um, let's play a little this or that. Okay.
Okay,
Fiction or nonfiction?
fiction. I don't need no self help.
Kidnapping or forced proximity?
Kidnapping,
Read in the quiet or with music?
music,
Best friends to lovers or enemies to lovers?
friends to lovers,
Thrillers or street lit?
street,
Fake relationship or arranged marriage?
arranged marriage,
Contemporary romance or erotica?
erotica. Mm-hmm. Like, I might not try, but I like to read about it.
Poly BDSM or urban romance?
Urban romance.
Happily ever after or an unexpected plot twist?
I need y'all to be together at the end. Happily ever after, always.
Okay. Revenge or happily ever after?
Revenge. Sometimes you need your lick back.
You're surprising me. Biggers or shifters?
Vegas.
Paranormal or Christian fiction?
I love the Lord, but paranormal.
Character development or a plot?
Character development.
Mystery or thrillers?
Man, that's a hard one. Mystery.
Surprise ending or reading ahead?
Surprise ending.
Series or a standalone?
I prefer standalones, but I can get with a series.
Dual points of view or a singular point of view?
Dual.
Uh, country living or city living?
Country.
Fantasy or horror?
Horror.
Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Hold on. Do I have a few more? Uh, young adult or science fiction?
I'll take YA.
Secret baby or a fake relationship?
Secret baby.
Okay. I think that we've answered these. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thank you for playing that game. So we now know what kind of reader you are. We know your ass is nasty like the rest of us.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. What hates to see you coming?
A good blanket. If I got me a good thick blanket, hate to see me coming. I need me a blanket wrapped up around me and reading. Oh, yeah, a good blanket. Hate to see me coming.
I love it. I love it. What is something that everybody loves but you hate?
Y'all finna hate me. The Porter Brothers.
But who?
From the On Us series. I did not like them people.
Really? Well, you and Toya are the same. I like them. I do. I like the Porter Brothers. I like Lake. Lake was my favorite.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I was going to go back after I got on Book Talk and I seen everybody loved that book. Cause I read it before I got on Book Talk. And I was gonna try to reread it. And I can't. I re-downloaded it on my Kindle, and my sister was like, "I'm gonna read it first." And I told her, gave her a heads up. I said, "Sir, I ain't like them people." I said, "But you might," but I didn't like them people. And she tried it, and she was like, "No," because all my family called me Jack. She said, "Jack, I can't do it." I said, I wasn't trying to tell you not to read it. I just didn't like them people."
Let me tell you why I liked it. Because he was so freaking guarded. He didn't know what he was doing. His father had a mental illness. And she helped him see his value and his worth. And because of that, he was like, "I'm about to love you down. Baby, when I tell you it was whatever she said, he did it. He had them tight ass shorts on." Wait a minute. Where'd you going with these little hot girl shorts on? He had them on because that's what she said she liked. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna retry it last
it.
year. I
You just couldn't
make
get into
myself do it.
Okay.
I couldn't. Like once I was in book 1 of On Us, and I think I can't even remember the couple's name, but they went upstairs and started 1-2 piecing each other, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, but she had to show you that to show you why she was the way that she was.
I may give it another go. I may
I
need to
mean,
buy some
once I
cigarettes
think,
to
okay,
read it.
no, no, no. Once you get past book, to me, you take it at face value, do what you want to do with it. Once you get past that first book, it's like it's smooth sailing. Like for me, I know that people complained about the Zoo Boys, the book one. And but in her author's note, she says, this is gonna go fast. There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it got to Preacher's story, she slowed it down and focused on Preach. Even though the other
Mm-hmm.
characters came in and out of it, they to me, those two books are similar.
Okay.
So once you get through past book one, I think, and then you really understand why she is the way she is, why he is the way that he is, because Hassan was a whole hot ass mess. They daddy, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that was being done and the stuff they was finding out, because baby, hey, that one brother, I forgot what his name is, baby. But I tell you, I cracked up laughing at him. I fell out. But that's my perspective, and I know that everybody's not gonna like what I like. But again,
Yeah. I may try to spin the block. I may not have just been ready when I read it at that point. So I may have to. I may go and download. Do I need to start with Front Street and then go back to Owners, or can I just jump back
I
into
think Front
Owners?
Street's gonna piss you off. That's
Okay.
my perspective. I think it's gonna piss you off. I didn't read it in order. I read I read everybody first, and then I read them. I read Front Street last, but I didn't know the reading order when I read it.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it again.
I have a question. Do you
Mm-hmm.
like when authors put their reading order somewhere on their platform? Because a lot of times when we get into these books, we don't be knowing the reading order.
I do. I do like that at the front it says stop. If you have not read this, you need to go back and read this so that you can understand the like why the people the way they are. Toy, you took me. I just read your message, but I do. I think the reading order needs to be in the front, especially if it's a series, even if it's a series of standalones. If I need to understand they grandmama and they granddaddy, so I can understand why he is the way, like the children are the way they are, then let me know that before I jump in and I'm confused. An author that does a series of standalones really well to me is Monica Walters with her Henderson series. Listen, I know that series is like 27 series long, 27 books long. It's okay. I'm reading all of them. I think I jumped in on the Hendersons in book 4. I've never read 1, 2, and 3. I started at Tiff's story, but I feel like I understood everybody, even though I jumped in at a different point. So if when I go into your book and I'm confused, then at the very beginning, in the beginning of the book, you need to tell me I need to read this, and this to fully understand these people's story.
Do you prefer interconnected series or just a series where it's just to be continued?
I like interconnected series because I like that I know their stories are complete, and I'm gonna get a a feel of them and continue to see parts of them in the stories as they go along. I love an interconnected standalone because that lets me read and I may know a character, and then when I'm introduced to them, I'm like, oh, well, let me go see how their origin story started. Like back to the Sun, I think I can't remember the first book I started with her, but some of the characters in there, I was like, oh, I like them. And then when I did the review, she put in the comments, this is the order to read the books. So one particular girl I liked, I actually, couldn't stand in the book I started with. But when I went back and read the first book in the series, I said, oh, I actually liked her in this book. But then I got to remember she was a whole as you know what in this other book, and she was trifling. But I do need the reading order. I do like an interconnected standalone, especially when it's a family. Give me a group of a family or a group of friends. I'm down.
I love that. I love that. Um, I just had a question for you. God dog it. Um, I want to ask you this question, and I don't want to put you in any hot water or anything like that, but just curiosity. Do you feel like it's okay for readers to be in author spaces and authors to be in reader spaces?
Yes and no. And I say that because you have to have thick skin to be in this industry anyway. So your book is not gonna be everybody cup of tea. We done said that. You liked it, I didn't. And I think that's where it becomes a problem. Because yeah, like I can't remember who said it. Erica Badu. I'm an author and I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish, and I get that. You can be sensitive about your stuff, but you can't jump down everybody's throat when when they dislike your work or don't agree with how you wrote your work. But also, I think it comes an issue when people have the audacity, because I grew up in the South and my mom and my granny always said it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So if you're gonna give me constructive criticism or say that you didn't like my book, tell me why. Don't just get on here bashing my work, because then I'm gonna take off that author. And I get why they take off that author hat and they go in, because you just getting on here trying to do a hot take because you want likes and clicks. Tell me why. Tell me why you didn't like this particular book, but do it in a nice way. You won't want me coming on your job and telling you that you scan them, you bag my groceries wrong. You shouldn't even be doing this like that. Why are you even working here? It's a way that you do stuff. And then you get mad because the author popped off. But how did you come at him or her? If you came with attitude, I'm gonna give you the same energy you give me.
I like that. I like that. I I I want to start asking this question more with readers, and I'm including readers on my podcast a little bit more because I feel like we are a very integral part of this process. The authors write the books and the readers
Mm-hmm.
read the books. They buy and read the books. And they go hand in hand. And I feel like somewhere down the line there's a disconnect. Just because um you wrote the book doesn't mean that I'm going to like the book. And just because I like the book and I'm telling you what you should write doesn't mean that's something that you should write. Because that may first,
Mm-hmm.
for an author, that might not be in your wheelhouse. Secondly, I'm fucking, excuse my language, with your creative process. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I prefer an author to create something that's authentic versus trying to, but knowing
Mm-hmm.
what will draw readers. So to me,
Mm-hmm.
that's practice. You know what I mean? I like when an author can say, "Okay, I know that you're looking for a motorcycle romance. It needs to be a biker gang, and
Mm-hmm.
at the end, y'all want them to fall in love, but you don't get to dictate every single part of that. You know, you feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Right. Because when you get
But
to bashing somebody because you didn't like how it go at this point, and I'm like the authors. Well, here is pen and paper, or here's the laptop. Do still.
or don't read it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't read it. What do you think about readers or content creators who get on here and automatically go to bashing Black authors uh, because it's the genre is it's urban fiction, or it's, niggas, excuse my language, niggas are not vampires. What do you say to those content creators, readers who, to me, are looking for clicks and likes.
If you can't get it being your authentic self, don't do it. Put the camera down and move on. Because I don't understand the hate of urban fiction, because urban fiction in their mind automatically means black. When urban is about the setting. When you take it from a gang to a cartel on the other side, or a mafia on the other side, it's the same dang on thing. The only thing that changes, you go from here to here. That's it. That's the only thing changing. Now, why your perspective different when it's coming here, when it goes here? Why does it change? It's the same thing. He putting her head between the washing machine and the dryer in this book too. He got a side piece of the baby mama down the road in this book too. So why is it a problem in this book? Like, why are they skills here and our skills here? I don't get that. You can give the bare minimum and it's all love, but we got to give you a full dissertation for you to even give a 3-star. Why? Why is the scale so unbalanced? I don't like that. And so when I see the books are being bashed when it goes to the other people, like why I got to be on this pedestal? When she hunching a dragon in the barn, and you, oh wow, I loved it. Why? Why can't we be on a level playing field from jump? But now I got to jump through all these hoops for a 3-star when she was hunching that man in the barn, got hair in her hair. She walked in and made her husband dinner, and you are, oh my gosh, you so strong. But I got to give you plot, character development. I got to give you everything. But bare minimum is okay over here, but not over here. I don't like that. I don't.
But it be some of us that be over there on this side who love it, but every time we write something, I call it the Uncle Tom mentality. They come over here and then they want to dissect everything because they feel like
it's us.
Right. I don't like that.
And then don't let it have one or two grammatical errors. Oh my God. The world has ended. The world, they need an editor. The world has ended because she misspelled they and there. And it's just, it's like we got to have superiority. We got to have pure excellence when they don't even know how to spell milk in this other book, and you okay with it.
I'm not saying nothing because she have just preached the word. And the word is brought to you by Jackie. I'm done out of love, but still.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind when you go through a book to with your red pen. And so I couldn't get past this because it's a spelling error or something like that. Instead of just saying, hey, sending an author, I don't know if you caught this, but you had a lot of spelling errors here. Maybe you should go back and revisit that. Because guess what an author can do? Is go back and fix it.
And pull their book down, re-edit it, put it back up. It's that simple, but you want to get on here and it's like, did they even use an editor? Did they even take the time to read it? It's just, it's too much. It's like you want to be seen. You want to just bash and bash and bash. I'm here for a good time when I'm reading. So if you misspoke the word, okay, and I do it too.
At work, every day.
Every day. Backspace, be tearing that backspace key up.
Listen, I don't even have a thing on my back key because I done hit it so much.
Be tearing it up, and I type fast, and I'm like, dang, backspace. That's what it's there for. You are here. I think that's the issue. When they're reading here, it's for pure entertainment, so they can take it. But when it comes to here, let me get my red pen out. It's like you reading it to bring somebody down a peg. That's what it seems like to me. especially when it's a book that that everybody has loved, and then somebody picks it up. Well, this is my issue with this book. It's like I got to, like, they on this pedestal. Let me bring them down some, because they can't be up there like that. Let me bring them down some.
I find it to be um exhausting. You know, I find it to be exhausting. I'm not saying you can't give your best. I think anybody that's whatever it is that you do, you should give your best. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but if something happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. And that's that.
And we're all human, and we can't catch every mistake that comes out. It's just not. It's possible, but you're not gonna always catch everything. And it's okay. You read it, you keep on, you know what the word meant to be. And if you
Right.
don't, skip that sentence, go to the next one. Maybe you can put it all together and make it work.
I like that. I like it. I like it. And see, you listen. It's about entertainment for me. If you're looking
Mm-hmm.
for, I feel like if you're looking for a self-help type of book, then you should probably read nonfiction.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's where
Yeah.
your loyalties lie. Because even in traditionally published books, there are mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And they have editors and publishers and all kind of stuff going on. And they yet and
Mm-hmm.
still they miss stuff.
Right. We're all human. That, I mean, it's bound to happen. And so you make just like you make mistakes in real life and you apologize. So ain't no, everybody supposed to keep bashing you because you didn't apologize and you didn't fix the issue. But now in the book, it's just like you can't get over it. You just can't get over it. It's just, I don't get it. I really just think people just want to be, they want to find a way to be viral or to get the likes, to get the clicks. That's what they want. And I think they found out that bashing black work, whether or not it's a movie, writing, cooking, is a quick way to do that.
Okay, I got one more question, and I got a couple more questions, and I'm gonna let you have your day because I gotta get prepared for our vision board party in a little bit. Um,
Okay.
what's the best way for an author to reach out to you if they're looking for like an ARC reader, or they have questions with regards, or someone that has questions regarding your book recs? What's the best way for them to reach out to you?
DM is fine. I don't mind talking in the DMs. I do have my link tree listed in my bio that leads to my email. Email me. I don't care. I ain't got nothing but time.
There you
I'm
have it.
here to help. That's all. Because I have authors who I agree for, and they was like, so okay, thank you for helping me, but what do you need, or what do you want, girl? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm a help as much as I can. That's the only thing I got. I'm willing to help because I want people to succeed in their craft, and if I can help you, then cool. I'm down. I don't need necessarily anything. I've gotten gifts though. I done got books. I done got body butter. I done got different things, and I'm okay with that. But I'm not asking for nothing. If you ask for my help and it's in my wheelhouse to do it, I got you. I don't necessarily need nothing in return.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Um, last few questions. What's your idea of the great American novel? What's your definition of the great American novel, and how do the Black narrative fit into that?
I don't think I have one, but one book that always stuck to me after I read it. I probably need to reread some of these books to see if I still feel the same way about them as I did when I read it when I was a teenager. The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier, hands down, was one of my favorite books. And I hate to say this, but Fly Girl was too. So, and that's because you finally got books that mirrored the little black girl. You finally got books that started to see you. And I grew up in the South, so none of these experiences are my experience, but you felt like you were there. You got to experience somebody who looked and felt like you. Like that was the best feeling to me. Reading Eric Jerome Dickey, reading Sister Soldier, Fly Girl. I was reading Kiki Swenson. My introduction to Street Lit was Kiki Swenson, the Wifey series. So to read books about people like us, I was here for it. And I want to get back and go ahead to read, um, get more street lit. Read that because I want to go back to the roots of what got me into reading. Like I was reading just to be reading, and I found some really really good books. And so, but I want to see people that look like us and mirrored, or let me at least envision being in that experience.
I can't do it. There you go. Thank you. So, last question or two. Do you, okay, do you read and watch reviews? Besides, we have our favorites. You're one of them top five for me that I could go and I'd be like, I know I'm gonna get a good book rec. Do you read and watch reviews?
Yes. I watch yours. When Tyler posts, I watch. When I go to TikTok, I scroll, don't scroll, but then I click on that friends list because I want to see what everybody's saying. I'm pausing, was like, let me go see what this book about. Let me add it to my never ending list, or it's an automated download. And before we got on, I saw you do your review of Toya's book, the last Christmas book she wrote, and I was tickled. And Toya's that automatic download author for me. Cause she did that recap and she said, these are the books I wrote in 25. And I was like, oh, I missed one. Let me go get it. And I did. And I need to go back into her catalog and start from the beginning and work my way down because when I go in Latoya Nicole's universe, it's a good time. Every time.
Always.
It's a good
Always.
time every time. It's a ride and a time. And I'm here for it.
I love that. I love that for us. I love that for her. And I love that for this community because what people don't understand is every time an author writes something, they're giving you a piece of them. Whether it's in a character, whether it's in a setting, whether it's in an action, whether it's something. They're always
Mm-hmm.
giving you a piece of them to you. And I think that we as readers, and I'm not going to say just Black readers, but readers across the globe, we take it for
Mm-hmm.
granted that this is what
Mm-hmm.
they got to do. No, they don't. They don't have to entertain us. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that we sometimes forget that this is voluntary. This is not something that they got
Mm-hmm.
to do. It's something they choose
Right.
to do. All right. Um, what advice do you have? Oh, no, no. Who are your five authors or writers that you want to invite to dinner, dead or alive, and why?
Latoya Nicole, because I already know it's a time. I already know it's gonna be a time. Of course, Mel Doll.
Them two together.
I can already know it's gonna be a time. Aubrey J, because I know those three together. I need people that's gonna make me laugh. I just want to sit back and be able to just have a good time, and like my face hurts from laughing all night long. Eric Jerome Dickey, because it broke my heart when he passed away. I still have his last book. I have not read it. I kind of hate to end that journey. I still have it in my Kindle. I just need to read it. And then also deceased, Elin Harris.
People
Brother could
sleep
write a book.
on him.
Yes. He could write a book. Oh my God. He wrote the hell out of them books.
I'm writing myself a nose. I
Elin
got
Harris.
that. I got that because People really sleep on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he and Mary B. Monroe introduced me to uh same sex, same sex relationships. Him more so than
Mary
anybody.
Monroe is
And it was
just
done so subtly that you just, I'm not
yes.
subtly, but subtly. You know what I'm trying to say? Where it just, you
Yes,
couldn't really
Elin
tell.
Harris had you. He would have you intrigued. This hetero presenting man is in this relationship, and then boom, here you go. I loved Elin Harris's books. He did the storyline of Down Low Men so well, so well. You learned, and it came out of nowhere. But man, he did those books so well. And I need BET to get back on board like they did back in the day and start making these books into movies. That's all we had. Because when they was making them Arabesque romance movies, yeah,
My kid.
yeah. I
What
was
book?
watching those movies.
What book would you like to see turn into a TV series, a movie, or just like a little mini series?
Monica Walters Henderson series or her Barat series will make a very good series. And anything by Latoya Nicole will be a good time, but it may have to be on a per view type thing. You can't put that on
I'll
cable.
be putting
You
her on
cannot.
pay-per-view.
Cannot put that on cable television. And I know everybody say they want Demon Stream made into a movie. I don't. Some things you got to love it for what it is and don't let nobody touch it. Because do not mess it up for me. And I feel like they'll mess it up. So yeah, I think Monica Walters, her Barat series, if y'all haven't read it, it's amazing. I think it's 12 books. The Hendersons will be a good series. Even Male Dolls Mega series, Mega Universe, that will be that could be an
Just to
amazing
watch
series.
Megan and the foolishness and the mayhem. Because poor Ruth.
Yes, poor, but hey, that the last book Ruth has gotten Mega together. But I would love to see that live because in both, I'm telling you, when I tell y'all, I was laughing out loud, crying real tears, laughing so hard at all the shenanigans. Mega, not only Mega, but his mama. His mama was cutting up too.
With the foolishness. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Jackie, this comes to an end. Will we see you anywhere in 2026?
I am trying. So, Bookmark Her is an event that happens November 13th through 15th, and it's in Alabama. And it's like, I looked it up, it's 2.5 hours from me. So, I'm going to try to make that one. And that's all I got. But I'm definitely going to try because I want to be in these book streets. I want to meet people that I've been talking to virtually in person, especially the authors. And if I'm not mistaken, if Cole is still on, he's doing one in North Mississippi in March 29th, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in Nesbitt, Mississippi. I'm going to try to make that one because my sister stays not too far away from that one. So I'm going to try to make that one too since it's a one-day event. But I want to get out in these book streets. I want to see all the black people just out gathered having a good time, and it's all love and it's just a good time.
I love that. And where can the people find you to find your book recs? What social sites are you on?
I am on TikTok and I post some on Instagram, but Instagram is kind of like a toss up. You just you hit and miss over there. But I'm basically on TikTok. I do write reviews on both Amazon and Goodreads. I'm trying to do better with Goodreads because I'm one of the people. I finish a book, deep breathe, go to the next one, and I'm like 6-7 books behind on writing reviews. So I'm trying to get better on that. But I'm on Goodreads. I do Storygraph, but for socials, it's just strictly TikTok and Instagram.
I love it. So if y'all have not uh visited her social sites, please follow her. because when I tell you she gives a good rec, and I'm not being facetious, I'm not trying to boast or anything like that. A time I don't think I've ever DNF'd the book that I gotten a rec from her. I don't think so. Ever. And I'm very particular with the people that I get recs from. You know what I mean? I don't just get a rec from anybody because I'm not a anybody type of reader, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if I say Jackie gives you some good recs, I love her recs. I'm gonna get better about Goodreads because I see you be on there.
Yeah, I'm trying to do better this time.
I'm gonna have to do better. I just want to thank you so much for coming on here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your book, Rex. Thank you for the word of the day, honey, because you slayed with it. You gave it. And I would like to see more from you.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm doing it. I love you.
And I
Cause
want
I
to
mean
see you
your
in these book
reviews,
streets too.
you like that auntie everybody want. Your reviews give everything they supposed to give. I miss them church hats though. I miss them
I'm
church
coming back
hats.
with the church hats. I just, work has been really whooping my behind, and so when I'm off work, I'm over it. I don't want to. I don't want to do nothing, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to get my mind right because I enjoy the church hats too. But it's coming back. I wanted to do a church hat last night, but girl, when I tell you I was up under this cover,
Okay, once you get up on the cover, that's it. You ain't moving.
but I needed to do that book review because I needed the people to know people don't play fair. They don't play fair. They don't play fair with me.
Mm-mm.
Thank you so much. I got a few announcements. So we are the Boozy Book Tour, Melanin Ball, and book signing is fast approaching. Okay, if you come to Vegas, you need to get your ticket. You need to buy your ticket to the book event, and you need to get your airplane ticket, preferably on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Get your ticket. We're going to be there. I will be podcasting live there. A time will be had. Okay. I'm going to be outside. Listen, Nicole will be podcasting, but Shaqualandra will be out in the Vegas streets. And if you see her, let her ass be, and we'll go over there, stay there. She just using my body. That's it. That's it. So we have the Melanin Ball in February. If you want to come to Los Angeles, California, I will be hosting live the Cali Author Denim and Author Takeover. Converse and Denim, Shelly P. The Author Takeover. I'll be there. I'll be hosting, talking big stuff. Now, I don't know who's hosting. I don't know if it's going to be Nicole or Shaqualandra because Shaqualandra's a little competitive. She likes to have a good time. Okay? I have a game that we're going to play. It's prizes. It's prizes. Lots of prizes that you can win in that game. It's a little physical, but we're going to have fun. Okay? If you got nails, I'm not responsible for them being gone because you need your hands. Okay? So I'll be hosting that live. In May, I will be at BRBF. Doing what? I don't know. I just know I was told to show up. Shannon and Storm. So I'll be there doing the things, buying the books. Yes, you do need to donate prizes. Yes, ma'am. Little trinkets. That's all I need. Yes. And then my last event for the year that I am confirmed for is the Dungeon Night in Denver, Colorado, the Boozy Book Tour Dungeon Night. Yeah, I'm doing that. And Nicole will not be there. Shakalandra will be there in her place because it's going to be a lot of tomfoolery going on. That's in June in Denver. And Nicole might have on a bustier of such or something. She gonna play a little bit. She gonna watch the demonstrations, and then she gonna take her fast ass back to her room. Because what y'all not gonna do is take me down. Y'all not gonna take me down with y'all tomfoolery. But I do want to see how it was done. So the demonstrations, it will be signed NDAs. So I'm not even worried about it. I'm not even worried about what's going on in Vegas because a signed NDA will be there in place. And it won't be no drinking. So everybody be in their right mind. Okay? So thank you again for coming on. I appreciate you. I love you. And y'all have a
Love
wonderful
y'all.
day. And I'll see you guys what is it? In an hour and a half. Okay? And we'll be doing our vision board. So if you got your stuff together, get your stuff together. For those that want to come on camera, you are more than welcome. I'm looking for everybody to be on camera. And you don't have to show your vision board if you don't want to. But if you do want to show it, or you're in the comments and you want to share it with me, tag me in it so I can share it to my stories. Thank you, guys. Happy reading, y'all. Bye, Jackie.
Bye.
Bye, you.